Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 3. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode as we take on Borussia Mönchengladbach, a team we've taken on Europe quite a few times in the past and usually got the better of. Well, we take them on today in both legs of the Champions League first knockout round as we try and get through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time. So welcome back, hope you're all doing well. Make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here to keep up to date with all of the latest videos. Since you guys were last here for the Levante win in the Super Cup and then we lost the Super Cup final to Real Madrid, we've played quite a lot of games, I must say, to try and get through to this point. And actually, it's not been that brilliant. We started off with a 2-0 win over Levante in the league, which was great, before beating Osasuna 3-2 in the Spanish Cup third round. But then we came up again against Real Madrid and lost again. This time only 2-1, but still it's a loss in the league, and it meant that Real Madrid overtook us in the league table. We did get a couple of wins under our belt after that though. Real Betis was one, Real Sociedad was another 2-1 and 4-0 respectively. But we've had a bit of a tricky February, drawing to Barcelona and Valencia 1-1, which wasn't quite ideal. But we did manage to get wins against Real Oviedo and Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish Cup fifth round and semi-final first leg before beating Getafe 2-0 in La Liga. So the current situation is this. We have dropped down to third in La Liga table, 4 points behind Madrid, 1 point behind Atletico Madrid and 4 points ahead of Valencia. So right now we're looking pretty comfortable in the top three. Spanish Cup, we are in the semi-final and potentially are playing Real Madrid in another final after losing to them in the Spanish Super Cup final last episode. But today the main focus is the Champions League. The Champions League is looking very exciting right now. We're taking on Borussia Mönchengladbach, and actually what is one of the easier ties out there. I wouldn't like to play against Man City or Inter or Lille again for that matter. Lille obviously beat us last season in the Europa League, so don't really fancy playing against them. So heading into the first game against Borussia Mönchengladbach, we do actually have a couple of injuries which are going to be hindering us for a little while. If we look at current injuries, Paulo Turner is out with a virus, Jeremy Findley's out with a pulled calf muscle, Juan Morelos also out with a pulled calf muscle, Presedo out with a sports hernia, and Lewis Crowther out with torn abdominal muscle. So there's 3 players there who are first team players, and Findley and Crowther are bench players for us. So missing 5 players who play an active role in our squad. What that means is that we are not quite down to bare bones, but have to play a bit more of a rotated lineup. Arthur Ackland starts in goal with a full strength back line of Varel, Weber, Rubens and Rask. Chan and Nowak start in the middle, but the attacking is where we're starting to get a little less bodies there. Terziev plays on the left, Kabak Murat plays on the right hand side with Sione and Gisk up front. So very important that we get a good result here away from home, hopefully an away goal or 2, as kickoff is upon us. Now Borussia Mönchengladbach do have Catania playing for them. Not sure he's playing this exact game, but he did sign for them for £40 million in January last season. And 23 minutes into the 23 seconds, not minutes, 23 seconds into the game, Borussia Mönchengladbach score an early goal. This was a poor one to concede. Defensively, not very good. Arthur Ackland should have done so much better there. You hate to see it. So, terrible start for us there. Catania, I can see behind my head, is playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach in the centre of midfield. So he'll be very happy, obviously, that his team have gone 1-0 up. We, though, are not particularly happy, as Catania is on the ball right now. The former Lincoln Red Imps player. Get to that wide to the goal scorer, who nearly scored the second one. Ackland spilling that one a little bit and seeing that one over the bar. A little bit of nerves coming into Ackland's game right now, as goal line technology confirms that did not cross the line. Okay, well, not ideal as it stands at the moment. We need to just at least limit Borussia Mönchengladbach to only scoring 1 goal today. I mean, we can deal with a 1-goal loss. Anything more than that, it starts to get a little bit untenable. Obviously at home I back us, but we are not looking very good to start off this game. It's been all Borussia Mönchengladbach so far, and I'll be honest, I don't know what to do about it. Because I thought this formation might just work well. It's worked well all season. Even against big teams like Real Madrid, it's worked pretty well. But clearly not really doing much right now, although Sione on the ball plays it back to Terziev, out to Varel. Varel to put this in the middle. Varel in the middle. Murat Kabak is there, but puts it over the bar. You hate to see it. That's the best chance we've had all evening so far. As we approach half-time, very much the worst team here. We do not deserve anything out of this first half. And really, I was literally about to say Borussia Mönchengladbach deserves to be more than 1 goal up, and there you go. Gosh, this is now terrifying. Okay, dressing room, throw the bottle. I'm far from pleased on what I've just seen from you out there. We have to turn this around in the second half. Free kick for Borussia Mönchengladbach, though. Catania looks like he did defensive work for us there, heading it clear. I don't quite know what happened there, but Chan coming forward. Chan still coming forward into Gisk. Gisk. Oh, you know it's not going to be your night when that happens. Rubens then at the back, pushing it forward, not really doing much. And here come Borussia Mönchengladbach. Please no, boys. Let's not concede another one. Arthur Ackland with a very good double save there and a good block. We are... Oh my... I mean, honestly, I don't know what's going on. Again, Borussia Mönchengladbach coming forward, and again, they shoot, and again, Ackland makes a good save, but... As much as we like Ackland, at what point do we think actually maybe the raw ability of Krenter, he's a better keeper than Ackland, but Ackland's just in better form. At what point do we start thinking, okay, the raw ability of Krenter might have to take precedence over the form of Ackland? Because this is making me... He's not quite ready at Ackland, really, to be our first choice keeper. It's just situation and circumstance that he's here right now. I mean, I just... you can tell that I'm exasperated right now. I have no idea what to say or what to do. Kabak into Gisk. Gisk has missed 2 sitters. He's been the big issue. Another day, this might be a slightly better result for us, but I'll be honest, I'm not feeling it right now with 25 minutes or so to go. I mean, it's 2 goals in it. We can easily come back from that, and 1 goal would be a lot nicer as finally Kenneth Gisk puts that in the back of the net to get us an away goal. We are just going to have to be on absolute cloud 9 and top form for the home leg to turn this around, because Borussia Mönchengladbach have dominated us today and we can't stand for this. I mean, what kind of a pass was that from Terziev? Terziev has played like a turd today. He's been absolutely terrible. Rask with a good challenge in there, though. A flick on to Gisk is good, and Gisk now to level things up for us. 3 one-on-ones he's missed now. Luckily for us, there are 4 games for us to play in between the 2 Champions League games. I'll play those 4 games off camera, otherwise this episode will be far too long, but hopefully we pick up a bit of form in there and the players who are injured get back from their injuries and the home leg will be much nicer for us. If there's 1 goal in it and an away goal for us, I think we might be able to do okay. We just can't concede another one, otherwise it's going to get very tricky very quickly. But with 5 minutes to go, although we've been outclassed here, we are not out of this game just yet, as we've had 2 players pick up knocks there very quickly. Nowak is off the pitch, and I think Weber also picked up a knock, as no one's back because our players are off the pitch injured. And if Borussia Mönchengladbach score here, which they haven't done, that would have been rather frustrating. Yet Weber and Nowak pick up small knocks right at the end of the game. Hopefully they're not too serious, but that was not particularly impressive. So Gisk out for... I mean, Gisk got injured. I don't remember seeing Gisk get injured, but he's out for 2 to 3 weeks now, which is not great. Nowak for 2 weeks or so. Weber for a few days. What we need to do then is play these next few games off camera, and I will see you momentarily for the next leg. So we're back now for the second leg against Borussia Mönchengladbach. As you can see, apart from the Inter Real Madrid game, all of these games are in fine balances. 1 goal in it or no goals in it, basically, pretty much. So very exciting. Anyone can still go through, and hopefully we're one of them. We played 3 games in between the 2 Champions League games, as you can see, and I decided to play Krenter in all 3 of them to see how he got on, and he didn't start off very well in a 6-3 win over Athletic Bilbao, conceding 3 goals, but did keep clean sheets in a 3-0 win against Granada and then a 4-0 win over Athletic Bilbao, which puts us in the Spanish Cup final against Real Madrid come the end of the season. And so with that, I feel confident enough to maybe start playing Krenter in the Champions League, just because although we love Ackland, he is the better of the 2 goalkeepers, and if push comes to shove, he might just make a save that maybe Ackland couldn't save. So he starts in goal with a backline of Varel, Weber, Rubens and Rask. Chan, Nowak in the middle with Presedo back from injury and Paulo Turner back from injury. Sione up front alongside with Morelos, who is also back from injury. So as kickoff is upon us here today, everything is on the line. But I think we should have enough about us to turn the result around. And 2 minutes in, Rubens gets his goal. A great header from Weber, stopped by a defender, but only stopped in the path of Rubens, who puts that one in the back of the net very early on. Brilliant. Excellent work from his fantastic defending there, actually, from the Borussia Mönchengladbach player on the line. Just unfortunate that Rubens was right next to him to just put it into an empty net. So that levels things up. But as things stand, we'd be the team going through right now because we have that away goal. So ideally, we just need to stop Borussia Mönchengladbach from scoring. And we are now comfortable to go through into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. As Chan gets it into Paulo Turner out wide to Raskin. So much space to put a ball into the middle. He does. And Paulo Turner is there this time to make it 2-0. And now we're 3-2 up on aggregate. Okay, pretty decent that. Happy with that. Always backers at home. I always backers at home because we have such a good home form and such a good crowd at home as well to spur us on as well. So very happy with that. If we can just keep it up now, this would be fantastic as Paulo Turner gets into the area, in towards 3-0. Right, 20 minutes in, 3-0 up. Surely it can't all go pear-shaped from here. But there is a highlight straight from kickoff, which has been given straight back to us. Can we get a fourth goal inside of 20 minutes? That would be absolutely incredible if we could. As Rask looks to come forward, the pass not quite reaching its intended target. But Paulo Turner now with a chance to beat his man, which he does. Can he put it in the middle? He does. And it's off the line. Oh, off the line twice. Unlucky there from us. Morelos with another chance to put it into the middle, but it's cleared away. And that is going to be that, as the goal line technology confirms it didn't cross the line. Okay, pretty decent then. 3-0 up inside of 30 minutes. I can't really see Borussia Mönchengladbach getting themselves back in this. I think momentum is completely with us, and they don't know what's hit them. They should have killed us off in that first leg, but they didn't kill us off. To be fair, we should have scored more goals. Gisk should have scored quite a few goals, but he couldn't, as Varel can't score a goal there. Right, half-time, looking very good. Let's just keep it up for the second half, and we should be absolutely fine to cruise into the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time and get ourselves ever so slightly closer to winning the elusive Champions League. Of course, if we don't do it this season, we are never going to do it. So it's a very exciting time for us right now as Krenter hoofs it clear from the back and Paulo Turner looks to come forward. Paulo Turner into Sione. Sione shoots. Sione makes it 4-0. Right, that's it. We are winning this tie. There's no need to be concerned about anything else. We're just going to see the game out. Let's make some changes right now to make sure players are fit still. Paulo Turner is one of those players who needs to come off for. Let's bring Gisk on the right-hand side. Nowak not having the best of games out there, so let's bring Kabak on for him instead. Also happy that we're beating Borussia Mönchengladbach here today because, of course, Catania, we sold him to Borussia Mönchengladbach. And if we'd sold one of our players who went on to go and beat us, kind of like we did with Anthony Ward, I suppose, although he went to Valencia and then to Lille, and then Lille beat us about 10 years after we sold Anthony Ward. So not quite the same situation, but if Borussia Mönchengladbach had beaten us, that would have been very unfortunate. Real Madrid could be making a comeback against Inter Milan. This really does show how powerful the home leg bias is in these continental competitions, as Presido needs to come off the pitch as well. Let's make that change as well. It's now 3-0 to Real Madrid. They've turned that 3-0 deficit around, so that could be quite an interesting game to keep tabs on once we finish up here. But can we extend our lead as Terzic with fresh legs plays it into Morelos. Morelos shoots, makes it 5. We have absolutely obliterated Borussia Mönchengladbach. So a fantastic turnaround there. I can't believe I was concerned and worried after the first leg when we've just done that. It gives me a lot of confidence going into the later stages of the Champions League as well. As who won in the Real Madrid game? You hate to see it if you're a Real Madrid fan. Inter Milan score one in the 92nd minute to go through 4-3 on aggregate. United absolutely spank Monaco as well. Lille are out against Atletico. City are out. Juventus go through against Valencia. PSG are through. Borussia Dortmund are through. It's getting very tight now. The Champions League draw, though, is actually quite a few weeks. The Champions League draw, though, is a little while away yet, so we won't do a draw in today's episode, but we will be back next time out for the quarterfinal, the Seville game, and the Copa del Rey final. So a big episode coming up tomorrow. So thank you ever so much for watching today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.